Okay, this tutorial is just going to be to help you with your homework, and one of the questions you had was question 1, and it's all about this glass with a straw in it. And let me see if I can help you with this. So this is the straw. It's got a little bit of the straw sticking out of the glass. It tells you in the question that this straw makes an angle there of 67 degrees. It tells you also that the straw protrudes 2.2 centimeters out of the glass. So that just that little bit there is 2.2 centimeters. And it also tells you that the whole length of the straw is 14.6. Okay, so we put that information onto a diagram, 14.6 centimeters. And we can use trigonometry to try and work out what the radius of this glass is going to be. Now, we can't work out the radius straight away. We're going to have to work out the diameter first of all, and then we can work out the radius. But the diameter is the distance going to be across the base of that glass there. So that bit going across there, and then we've got our other part of our triangles coming down here, and then we've obviously not got the whole straw, but just part of the straw coming down there. So that's a triangle. I'm going to redraw out just that triangle there. That's not including the protruding straw. So let's just draw that nice and neatly now. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay, so that's a straw. This is the base of the glass, and then that there is the height of the glass. Now we know that this was 67 degrees. This length here, we haven't been given that length, but we can work it out by doing 14.6, and we take away the bit that sticks out the top, the bit that protrudes out the top, and that gives us 12.4 centimeters. So we know that this length here is 12.4 centimeters. And what we've got to work out is the radius, but we can't, as I said, we can't work out radius straight away. We've got to work out the whole base of the glass, which is the diameter, and then we can work out the radius afterwards. So we're going to call that x. Now, whenever this is a trigonometry question using SOHCAHTOA, and the reason why I know that is because it includes an angle. So the first thing you do is you label the sides. This is a right angle, which means opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. This is the angle we're given, so that means opposite the angle is the opposite side. And the last side here is called the adjacent. Then you write down SOHCAHTOA. And once you've written down SOHCAHTOA, you've got to try and work out which one of these ratios you're going to use: the sine, the cosine, or the tangent. Now we are given the hypotenuse, so we want to tick off the h's. The opposite, we don't need to find that. We're not given any information about that, so we do not need to use that at all. The other one, though, that we need to find is the adjacent. So that means we want to tick off the a's. And the only one with 2 ticks is this ratio here. And that's the cosine ratio. So we can write down the cos of the angle theta. Now again, you can use whatever you want. You don't have to use theta for your angle. So you can use whatever letter you want there, is equal to the adjacent, because it's A, over the hypotenuse. The adjacent over the hypotenuse. And now we know that the angle we're dealing with, theta, is 67 degrees. So we can write in the cos of 67 degrees is equal to the adjacent, which is x, over the hypotenuse, which is 12.4. And then all you've got to do then is try and work out what x is going to be. Now, I'm not going to do the whole question for you. You can try and work out what to do next. But just remember, once you work out this x, that is the diameter of the glass. That will be this bit here, the diameter of the glass across there. And it asks you in the question to find out the radius. which means you've got to have a little think about how on earth are you going to work out the radius if you've got the diameter. I hope that helps you with one of the questions.